Oh boy. I am going to try this precisely one more time, and then send a lambasting email to Mediacom. I cannot express the sheer agitation.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be like that. Dawnstar is a fine person. She just sees things that I can't. I know there are ghosts and spirits, but why should she be able to sense them when I can't? What makes her special? While Master Lee tries to never let it show, he obviously holds a special place in his heart for you two. I suppose that's hard to deal with, even if I have been here far less time than you two.
What have you heard about me?
You know what is said. Master Lee believes you're special, but won't say why. It makes you interesting. Some of the others don't find it as intriguing as I do. Some even consider it an attack on their worth.
Who should I be concerned about?
Gao, obviously. You know he doesn't like you, he never has. And when Master Lee tells him to model himself after you, that just makes it worse. If you wish, what do you want to ask about?
Tell me what you've been hearing about ghosts.
Other than what Dawnstar senses, all I have is stories, but they're becoming more and more common. Tales of people being haunted by loved ones, and mad ghosts attacking people on the roads, or even in their homes. And Master Lee accepts Dawnstar's ability to see and sense things others can't. If he believes her, then how could I believe otherwise?
My favorite detail is how bad my internet service sucks. What do ghosts look like?
That was my first question when I started hearing these rumors. Apparently they can look just like us, though possibly pale and faded. Some ghosts have been around a long time, and apparently they begin to change. They grow distant from their bodies and become more monsters than people. The scary thing is that a lot of the stories I've been hearing are about these old ghosts, the ones that look like monsters. It just doesn't make sense.
What exactly are these ghosts?
They're exactly what you'd expect. The souls of humans who have died. According to all the legends, when you die, your soul travels to the underworld. Once there, your soul is judged and placed upon the wheel of life, so that it can return to this world in a new life. A soul that doesn't return to the wheel of life becomes a ghost.
Sounds more like Hinduism. Where do these ghosts come from?
According to the stories, ghosts are usually people whose souls are trapped in this world, either by circumstance or because they won't let go of their old lives. The thing is, those circumstances are very rare, and you never heard about ghosts 10 years ago. Now everyone's talking about them. It's like something has happened, and people aren't leaving this world like they should be. Either that or it's mass hysteria, but I can't believe that explanation. If you wish.
I don't think we've ever talked about you, Lynn.
I'm sure you've figured out most of my little quirks by now. I've been here a few years.
How did you come here? Why?
I wasn't the delicate flower my family had hoped for. They believed school would calm my spirit. But Master Li has shown me how to focus myself. I have learned many skills while here, and not many of them require that I be delicate.
Ah, yes. Girl brings much shame upon her family. Should have been boy.
When I am done? I haven't really thought about it. I won't go home. There's no place for me there. If I can stomach the books, I could become a scholar. Perhaps I'll go to the Imperial City. I should see it at least once in my life. If you will. Of
Let's
course.
spar.
I have to keep practicing if I'm going to be able to best you one day, aren't I? Excellent. Let's see if we can use Smiling Mountain's sparring ground. Once we're done, I'll wander back here if you need me again.
Okay, so that went a lot better than the last 20 times that I've done that. It seems to me like the basic tactic is to just hold up your guard and bait out the strong attack, and then dodge that and whomp on them with light attacks. Oh. Hello, Smiling Mountain. When she said Smiling Mountain Sparring Ground, I thought she meant a location named Smiling Mountain, not a person. Boot to the head. Nah.
I thought Master Li would have your attention for the rest of the day. It is good to see you. I know you haven't had much time for simple sparring. It is too bad. Your fellow students benefit from your experience. A strong opponent is the best trainer.
Please tell me that I'm not the only one familiar with the Boot to the Head song.
I am charged with giving whatever instruction I can, but my insights deal more with the philosophy of combat than the skills themselves.
What sort of philosophy?
Master Li is very strict about what is taught here, because martial skill is a pathway to great power, and that holds certain risks. It is not just good over evil. Few things in life are that simple. The common way to say it is, do you follow the way of the open palm or the closed fist?
Tell me about the open palm.
A term for the high path, or perhaps the way of restraint and harmony. Many aspire to it, but few achieve it. It is a path of resisting tyranny. Of course, the source of that tyranny varies. It is just as dangerous coming from without as within.
Can you expound on that?
Tyranny from external sources is easy to find and fight. Defending those who cannot defend themselves is a reasonable example. But when your abilities are so much greater than those around you, there is the temptation to set everything right by might alone. That is tyranny from within.
Sometimes conflict cannot be avoided.
True, but that can become a convenient excuse. Eventually you may decide that even direct violence is too inefficient for someone of your strength. It is a small leap from there to enforcing your will so that the crime never takes place. Suddenly you are the oppressor, when all you wanted to do was make things right. This way of the open palm is not without its hidden dangers, despite the best of intentions.
Did you grab that folder with all the viruses I put on it, by the way? you may notice that the tracks are numbered if you did, and that number 1 is missing, but that's just the Chemco jingle. I didn't figure you probably needed that.
It is the low path, the way of aggression and discord. A misunderstood path often misused by those who wish to justify a thuggish nature. It is not as simple as crushing your enemies or as mindless as terrorizing the weak. It is a mindset born of impatience, of imposing your will.
So what is it, if it is not evil?
An evil man might ignore a plea for help because he does not care, but that shows a disconnection with the world. That is not part of the way. A man on the low path might also ignore that plea, but he would do so because that person should demonstrate they are fit to survive on their own.
Ah, yes. Darwinism at its finest. Hey, Sitherai. Which lagoon are we talking about here?
The difference is in the details. That same man might help if the odds are unreasonable. He might also do it to incur favor. There is thought in his actions. He is not a mindless killer, but he may let strength decide what course is best. That is why it is a dangerous path. It can so easily be misinterpreted.
Forgive my lack of familiarity with the Lagoon games, but what is the title of the SNES one? Oh, it's just Lagoon. Okay. Fair enough. Also, welcome to stream. We have been having serious problems with Mediacom today. So, I do not know if stream will hold up. And I am familiar with PJ. Yeah, I don't know what their deal is. Like, I just get service interruptions, like, all the time. And it can't be my equipment. Like, I go over and I look at my modem, and the modem shows me that it's like, oh, connection's gone for a bit. And it's like, okay then. Oh, don't sink into negativity. Breathe. Let the negative thoughts drift past your mind. Accept them and let them flow. So, philosophies, does this have any practical effect?
You are the sum of your actions. The harmony or discord that you sow will weigh on your shoulders as surely as any physical yoke. But there can be advantages. Certain forms of attack inherently lean toward one extreme or the other. They have a rhythm that resonates within you. You may find that some attacks perform better if you are more intent on causing discord. How you use this is for you to discover and decide.
This almost sounds like some sort of morality system. Perhaps even, something similar to, say, a force?
I am charged with giving whatever instruction I can, but my insights deal more with the philosophy of combat than the skills themselves.
Oh, what kind of items and additional training do you sell?
Training. For some time now, I have offered, for a small fee, to run students through a short regimen that will help them enhance their abilities. The lessons you learn from me, or from any trainer for that matter, will stay with you and help make you stronger, or better able to focus your mind or magic.
What kind of Shaolin monastery charges its students?
Training has worth, and Masterly allows me to collect a small fee to reinforce this. Travel outside 2 rivers and you will find my prices are quite reasonable. No, I try to improve base abilities, but through the basics that Masterly has instilled. When you have the opportunity, I'm sure you will pick up new styles quickly. Let's see what you can learn.
I have no money, but let's look anyway. Belly of Iron. Do a crap ton of sit-ups. So, more health, less magic. More magic, less bullet time. More bullet time, less health. Gotcha. Alright, thanks, Smiling Mountain.
Master Li keeps talking about Restless Dead, but there's nothing like that around here.
Grateful Dead? What?
Always good to see you wandering the school. You're the best among us, after all. So it makes everyone train a little harder when you're around. The tricky part is making sure we're emulating you, not hoping to take you down a peg. You should think carefully before bruising the tender egos around here. Oh,
I don't
did I
bruise
tell you to
egos,
see Master
only
Li when you
flesh.
have a chance? I'm not taking the blame if you forget.
Anybody else around here? Doesn't really look like...
Typical.
Oh, wait. Who are you?
Oh, you're finally here to talk to Master Li, are you? I certainly hope so. The old man is in there meditating, and he won't train me until he talks to you.
If I'd known it was holding up your training, I would have come sooner.
Really? You would have dropped everything to make way for me. I don't think so. You're far too important to waste time worrying about my education. Master Li certainly considers your training important enough to shove all others aside, so why shouldn't I bow down to your greatness?
Ah, you must be Gao. What philosophy is that, Punch? I'm intrigued. Yes, Shaolin doesn't care about your feelings. What did I do to earn this belligerence?
You don't want my answer to that question. Go talk to one of your sandal-licking friends and let them tell you I'm jealous. Try Lynn. She'll say anything to please you just to see your simpering little smile. Pathetic.
I am
Master
not
Li
a
wants to
simp.
talk to you. Do me a favor and go talk to him. Then maybe I can actually receive some education at this school.
Why are rich people always such insufferable twits? Martial styles. Martial styles do not always access the energies of mind and body harmoniously. Sometimes imbalance is the source of their power, as it is with Iron Palm and Viper. Each requires possession of 3 meditation scrolls that prepare the student for the forces that will be encountered. If these disciplines are attempted without complete understanding, the student risks accessing more power than the body can withstand. Knowledge of Iron Palm and Viper is not often shared, as most martial practitioners consider them to be in opposition to classical teaching. If a student happens upon one of the scrolls detailing these styles, he or she cannot and should not attempt to train in the style until gaining the possession of all 3. The most difficult and humbling step of any journey is the acceptance of one's own limitations and confronting whether the journey is possible at all. How decidedly un-American. The Long Drought. The Long Drought stands as one of the worst periods in the Jade Empire's recent history. 10 years of scorching heat and little rainfall took their toll on even the prodigious reserves of the Empire's granaries. The sages predicted at least 3 more devastatingly dry years, while those in the Ministry of Harmony watched the death toll mount into the hundreds of thousands. Then Emperor Sun Hai declared that the drought was over, and somehow it was. Through the Emperor's divine will, green returned to our parched land, and stability was restored. So we've established that this is a fairly high population nation, if they can be incurring hundreds of thousands of deaths.
Ah, there you are, my student. I watched your bout against Jingyu with great pride. You have gained almost all you can from the practice arena. You are my best pupil, though you came to me an orphan. I have tried to prepare you for the responsibility your skills will bring. Have you given thought to your future?
I am a Taoist. We do not plan well. I want to ask some questions.
There will be a time for that later. I have kept you hungry for information, but you must trust that my reasons are valid. It is for your benefit that I do this.
Very well, Master.
Your lessons are complete. Remember these basic skills and keep them at heart. But also remember the classes are not a true measure of ability. Always be ready to learn. I recall that, as a child, you fell and bruised your arm. I comforted you, saying that small pains are part of learning, but not every setback imparts wisdom. You must be careful. Sometimes all you learn in defeat is that you have been defeated. This world is out of balance. Spirits grow restless, and you have a role to play that I have kept secret.
Yes, tell me about your divination magic. I'm sure it was for good reason, Master.
Those who announce their important destiny before they are ready tend to meet unfortunate ends. The wise only seek attention when capable of dealing with it. The people are scared. I do not have all the answers, but I know you will become very important to the fates of many. You will be called to face a great evil.
Master! Master Li!
What is this interruption? This had better be important. There is much to say.
Master! Nijo came to warn me. He saw a boat from the outlook past the fields. Strange outlaws. They fired something at him. And Kiamin was injured.
Where is she now?
Still outside the village by the outlook. Nijo couldn't carry her. Please come, Master Li. The bandits are not at the village yet, but they could arrive at any time.
We will have to continue our discussion later, my student. It appears we have more pressing matters.
Oh no, explanations have been halted. What would you have me do, Master?
The time for practice is over. Go to Gujin, the weapon master, and get a weapon. You may soon be called to use it. On your way, make certain Dawnstar is aware of the danger. Her skills have always complemented yours, so take her with you. Prepare yourself for a potential attack while I tend to my fallen student. I will return as soon as I can. We will continue our discussion. That is over.
I have a feeling you won't live that long. Where can I find Dawnstar and Gujin?
Dawnstar will be near her garden at the entrance to the school. Gujin will be in his shop near the village gate, up the stairs from the village square.
I sincerely hope the weapon provides me is a larger boot. I will do as you ask.
Good. The time comes when you will know all you need to. For now, keep the basics at heart.
Isn't it also suffering from some sort of nightmare problem? Yes, okay. Button 4, which I actually understood, surprisingly enough. Alright, that's the gate to the school. Why is this a star here? Yeah. Is this star just the entrance to the school? No, it's the scroll stand. I already read that. Why would I... Is there something new on it? There is not. This... No? No? That star makes me think that there's something else here, but it does not seem to be. You've never been sorry a day in your life, Punch. Except for the fact that you're always kind of sorry. Auspicious portents. Understanding the stars in the universe is a very important goal. By examining the universe, we can interpret and predict things to come. The sky is where the great dragon was said to dwell, and in his illustrious home we can see the signs of his effects on creation. Of the observable phenomena, 3 major ones are the most auspicious: comets, the flames of the heavens, passing across the sky; eclipses, during which the power of the gods blocks the sun for brief periods; and falling stars, marking the descent of one of the celestial bureaucracy to the earth. Harmonic combinations. To fight without thought is suicide. The path to victory is laid out one step at a time.